All beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all sentient beings live in great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. May all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all sentient beings live in great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. May all beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May all be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be apart from the supreme bliss which is free of all suffering. May all sentient beings live in the great equanimity, free from the attachment and aversions that keep some close and other distant. Okay, so we are going to continuously explanations from yesterday on the 6 Bardos or the 6 intermediate state teachings. The intermediate state of the ground Bardo nature conditions, intermediate state or the Bardo of concentration or samadhi, and the intermediate state of dream, Bardo of dreaming, and the intermediate state of the death, intermediate state of dharmata or absolute reality, and the intermediate state of existent or becoming. So we have gone the first 3. So now we are just going on the second, the third stages, which is the intermediate state of death. And then this can division into there's 2 different stages. The science appears of process dissolution stage of coarse level, and the science appearances according to the dissolution stage of subtler, inner. So we have gone the first part. So we're going on the second part, the internal, the subtler dissolution stages. So anyway, this dissolution stage I mentioned before. The first author is the earth element dissolve into the water. Water element will be dissolved into fire. Fire element dissolve will be into the wind. Wind element will be dissolved into consciousness. Consciousness element dissolve into will be dissolved into the of space. So we are now on the space, the dissolution stage. So as mentioned you, consciousness will be dissolved into space. This space does not mean the external common space. This space is the internal dharma sphere, or sometimes we can say common teaching terms, the base of all, the ground. So in this way, the consciousness, as you know, the coarse level, there's a 5 sense source consciousness: the eyes, nose, tongue, ear, and the body, the skin. So this is a 5 sense source consciousness, and gradually will be when we get the unpleasant actual disease for actual cause of the death, and then gradually will be dissolving into mental consciousness. And then mental consciousness can be division into, there's 2 difference. One is conceptuality, one is a non-conceptual mind. And then this conceptuality mind will be dissolving into the non-conceptual. And the non-conceptual mind, again, we can divide into there's three different kind of aspect. And this means is the affective emotion consciousness. The best of all consciousness. And itself of the best of all. So first, the affective emotion consciousness, the non-conceptuality of affective emotion mind will be dissolving into the best of all consciousness. And then its best of all consciousness gradually also will be dissolving into the best of all itself. And then the end, finally, this best of all will be dissolving into the of best clear light. That's the last, the dissolution stage that cannot be more dissolved. That's the fundamental. That is the basics both of course level of impure perception, ordinaries, and pure perception of extraordinaries. So we mentioned yesterday, best of all consciousness. So now we're going explanation further from these stages. We say next stage is the space will be dissolving into the clear light. We can say that means is now we are going to talk about the intermediate state, the reality, the absolute reality, or the dharmata, Bardo, of the spontaneous, the presence. So that's the second or the fifth intermediate state. So now which is the durations recognized from until is since the best clear light just exhaustion and yet not appears the intermediate state of existent, and between there is depend the situation of the dying persons could be different durations. Some is very short, like shooting star like, very fast, and some is takes very slow, as long. Anyway, that is the intermediate state of dharmata, the dharmata Bardo of the spontaneous princess. So in this way now, why we said the space will be dissolving into the aspect of space will be dissolving into the aspect of clear light. Here is a little different than yesterday with a best clear light. Here is just I'm say clear light, but different aspect, because mentioned yesterday as including to the death. Now we're going to the including to the reality, the absolute reality, the dharmata. So a little bit different aspect. So, but why we say space will be dissolved into clear light means is the Buddha nature, the best of all. Our clarity and awareness mind, I mentioned yesterday, like pure sky, the atom sky, like very pure, the best clear light will be dissolving into the only clear light. That means is our nature mind with the two different aspect of empty nature, dharma, the dharmakaya, and aspect the essence of luminosity, the sambhogakaya. So mentioned yesterday is more related to the nature emptiness, dharmakaya, aspect of dharmakaya. And now is these stages, the best clear light is more related to the essence luminosity of sambhogakaya. So because yesterday I told you, if we recognize this, during this dissolution stage, you will be attainment state Buddha of dharmakaya, because that's connected to the more of the reality, nature, emptiness of wisdom, or the dharmakaya. But now, since from this part of dharmata until of the exhaustion, between there, whenever if you have opportunity, chance to realize realizing about this nature, the essence of the luminosity, then you will be attainment state Buddha of enjoyment body, or Sambhogakaya. That's the second chance to liberation in the intermediate step of the reality. So, in this way, now your perceptions change. Transferring in the best clear light vision this month is the change into transferring into the only clear light. There's no object, no subject, even no there's perceiver or something and the actives any difference. Only everything's is the on the mind, the perceptions are like shimmering light shimmering. Like again, I gave an example, analogies from the Tantra text, the Dzogchen text that says, if you cover very thin the cotton cloth, cover your face, the eyes, and just torch direct to the of the sun, very shining sun, and that times what do you see? You can't see there's a difference, the sky, sun, mountains, so forth, nothing. Only you can see everything's on the your eye faculties appears as the shimmering light. So the radiance, the color, multicolor light only everywhere, what is sees, that is the example. So similar like that, in these moments is everything's vision on your mind, what appearances, only that. There's no difference, there's no special the self-grasping even. There's no grasping to the object. Everything's just on the mind is like shimmering light. So the colorful light at the 4 directions or 10 directions or everything's only that. That is the only at the moments. That's why we say space element, the space will be dissolved into the clear light. So this light is a clear light is actually is the essence, our nature mind, essence of the luminosity of mind. But if you couldn't recognize the clear light is as essence of our nature mind, then just can be experiencing of the clear light, but cannot liberate. You cannot, because still is dualistic, nature dualistic, the imprint of nature dualistic grasping is there. You feel something is there, very clarity, everything's, that is. So, and then if not recognize that, and then next stage of this Bardo, because there's four stages continuously, we can division into there's 4 stages of the dissolution stage of this Bardo reality. So that's the first one. And the second dissolution stage of the Bardo reality, we can say the clear light will be dissolving into the union. So that means is union means is there's 2 different aspects become one test, one single test. What is 2 different aspects? The appearances, the aspect appearances of luminosity and the emptiness nature, the aspect of empty nature, the primordial wisdom. These 2 different aspects only, but it's the same point or one point, undivisible or inseparability, one single test. That is a union. The point of meaning is a union, because was the first 2 is not a completely union. Just moments appears aspect of a clear light is more spontaneously appearances, or the aspect of the emptiness is more like empty space. But here is both are union appears, So we say clear light will be dissolved into the union. And that moment is in the Bardo tutor teaching the death of the Tibetan book, the hearing liberation, the death of hearing liberation. Bardo tutor, the Guru Rinpoche is the terma, the treasure text from the hearing liberation, the Bardo tutor. So this bring back Guru Rinpoche flourishing into Tibet. So, and this Bardo tutor, as you know, 100 deities, we says that is exactly that moment in these stages the chance to appears. the 100 deities, 100 deities, which is 42 peaceful deities and 58 wrathful deities. Because these 100 deities are displaying appearances, displaying better of the energy of the union, the nature, spontaneous of the union, clear light, and the wisdom of emptiness. But still that is nature, actually, or the luminosity, the displaying better this luminosity of our nature mind, actually. So in this way, first can appear as the peaceful deities. But these peaceful deity, again, we can division into this 5 different kind of stages, which means is accordance of the 5 Buddha families. So we can say as there's kind of 5 observation, or the 5 days of the absorption, we can say, means is 5 days of samadhi, or 5 days of concentration, you know. So in Tibetan is something gishanga. So which means is 5 days of samadhi, samadhi, or 5 days of concentration. So that means is the 5 days of observation means is this day is does not mean is it should be passing the spanning of the 24 hours. That's a different day. That's why we say the days of samadhi, not 24 hours. The days, that is not the point. So therefore, is the durations of this one day, or the samadhi, the one day samadhis depend of the dying person's vision, how long appears at the one of the Buddha families. That is only one day. We means maybe can be only second minutes. That is one day, or maybe 2-3 hours. That also one day, or maybe it's really 24 hours can arising one part of the 5 Buddha families, and that is only still one day. We can say the samadhi day. So, but then how is difference? Why it's different? Some is short, some is longer. These days, this says in the text to depend in the normal of the living time. Was how is where your practice meditations one pointedly focus on your visualization of the deity, for example, without any distractions. How long you can keep the one session without any distractions, without any obscurations, just one pointedly equipos your meditation concentration focus on the of your visualization, the deity of maybe Berachana, maybe Amitabha Buddha, or so forth. But maybe you can keep as 1 second minutes the pure. Maybe you can keeping as a continuously without any distractions, any obstacles, and 1 hour, or maybe whole day. So that is during these stages in the part of reality. Also, you can focus on these directions. You know, so this depends to the of your normal meditators, the power of your the habitual. You know, what you have long or short. You know, without any distractions. That's only the main reason, but not only. But that's the main reason. One of the main reason. So anyway. So during this, the clear light will dissolve into the union. That dissolutions during that moment is you first can appear the first day of the samadhi, or first day of the observation. So the first day appears the peaceful deity, the head of the peaceful deity of Buddha Berachana family, or Buddha Tathagata family. The Tathagata family, Berachana, Buddha Berachana is at the head of the Tathagata family, you know. So it's in blue color and with his consort, and the round of the retinues other of the 5 families. And then that is first day. And the second day, the samadhi day, the second day appears on top of this is the Buddha of Akhyobhya. Akhyobhya Buddha is the head of the east direction, the mandala, or means Vajra family. Buddha Vajra family mandalas. Akhyobhya Buddha is as the head of Buddha Vajra family. So in white color and with his consort, and surrounded the other 5 Buddha families. And then in the second day, the Samadhi day, is appearance as Buddha Ranna family. So the Buddha Ranna Sambhava. Buddha Ranna Sambhava in yellow color, but Buddha Ranna Sambhava is the head of Buddha Ranna family, and the round surrounded to the other Buddha 5 families and with 5 consorts, so on and so forth. And then is the fourth day, the Samadhi day, is on top as they are arising appears the Buddha Amitabha is the lotus family. So as Amitabha Buddha is the head of Bama family or lotus family. So in red color and with his consort, and surrounded the other of 5 Buddha families around, and that's Amitabha Buddha family. And then the 5th day, on top of this is arising the last one is the Buddha Amongasti in green color, and with his consort. He is the head of Karma family, Buddha Karma family, and surrounded the other 5 Buddha families. So its total is this. That is the 5 days, we can say. But does not mean is there appears step and step. That is not the point. Case it says these 5 Buddha families. This because nature, the luminosity, the disciplining better our nature mind, the essence of the luminosity of our nature mind. So could be appears together simultaneously. Yes, simultaneously arising there all these 5 Buddha families mandalas. But then why we say the step and step, first day, second day, because this is you can feel, you can recognize, means you can you can experience in one day and one after of another. That does not mean there appears there step and step, but already spontaneously appears together simultaneously. All but you will be experienced step and step. That is, first you will be experienced that part, and then second part, then third part, then fourth part, and the 5th. So this is why it's 5 days. Anyway, that means is the peaceful deity, 42. That's just the main point of the representation of the peaceful deity, the head of the mandala. But actually, that's 42. During these 5 days, appearances on your mind is the peaceful deity, 42 peaceful deity all appears there. Appearances like rainbow body, rainbow light, and nature is primarily pure empty nature of wisdom, means is the union of luminosity and emptiness, the selflessness one. So that is the union, appears the peaceful deity. So if you have opportunity to not only experiencing, but if you can recognize, if you can realize that is the one of the aspect of the nature of your mind, then you will be enlightenment of this Buddha. You will be attainment, the main head, the Buddha's mandala, which deity you will realization. Amitabha Buddha's first you realization on this is the nature of your mind, then you will become attainment Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. You are the main head of a lotus flower become. That not means they have no other Buddhas, of course, all the same different aspect, one nature, but because depend. If you realization on the of Buddha Ranna Sambhava is the nature of your mind, at that moment you recognize, then you will be attainment Buddha of Ranna Sambhava. You are the head of, when you become Buddhahood, that time you are the main head of Ranna family. Because you realization that moment is nature of your mind, so forth. So this different aspect, the head, but the same nature all. Anyway, you can become Buddha of enjoyment body, and briefly we can say Sambhogakaya of the peaceful, where you liberation into peaceful deity. And then, if not, recognize, and then it will be gradually change the peaceful deity appearances of this, as the nature is will be transforming into the wrathful deity. Next stage is coming. Still is the union, but the union of the deity, the clear-let emptiness union appearances of the wrathful, but the peaceful transferring into the wrathful. Actually, does not mean wrathful deity is completely something separately existent than the peaceful deity, but there's different active or a different vision or some different aspect, their transformation into depend, because these Bardo beings, the intermediate state of the reality beings, the nature is, so the different vision. So anyway, spontaneously arising the wrathful deity, the 58 wrathful deity. And then also, that's just I'm talking very briefly, but it could be, of course, if you detailing go to hearing liberation, Bardo Tutor says there are many levels. Sometimes you see very sound as a very strong or big or large or deep sound, like as hundreds dragons roaring, and the ones like this strong nature sound. This is also nature sound of reality sound. And sometimes you see so many different shootings, like the thunderbolt, like or something is thunderbolting, something like or shooting star, like so many multicolors and as like weapons or something like as penetrate into you. Something is like projecting to you something you feel. That's it's because it start to appearances the transform peaceful into the wrathful. The nature, there's nature sound and nature color, so there's a nature vision. There's so many things. There's very discipline. So many different kind aspect appears in the end, and then there's appears the deities, something like the wrathful deities, So, and then if you can recognize the wrathful deity, no matter which kind, as there's 5 hierarchical families with consort or so forth, and then there's the 16, the wrathful of the yogins, and then as the 28, the wrathful yoginis or so forth. It's many different kind of more than 58, but whenever you something opportunity chance to realization which deity, and then you will be enlightenment Buddha Sambhogakaya of this deity is the main head of your this mandala of the wrathful. Does not mean others disappear totally, but it's different aspect of one nature of your mind. But that is the specific point you enlightenment Buddha Sambhogakaya of that deities, So, but it usually is not like that easy recognize, because they have fear. They says even could be appears the deity is there naturally, but the like for example wrathful deities, but they can't understand that is the nature, that is the discipline by the Buddha nature. So therefore they fear as the dualistic grasping is there coming, that is the object from other side, and yourself is the subject or the perceiver is in this side, and then between that these two dualistic grasping performing is the aversion mind, angry or aversion mind, or something is disappointed, or the panics feeling is coming, and then they want to run away. Of course, forget that is recognize the deities, but that looks like that is like demons or something harmful spread or something very, as the hard to bear, So, and then that means is that there's the misunderstanding again as the ignorant comes there. They couldn't recognize our nature mind as the discipline, So then it's there as passing into the next stage, part of existence, so on, and then samsara again, of course, normal way. So anyway, that is during we say the dissolution stage, the clear light dissolving into the union. So during that, while these stages, you can have many various different kind of aspect appears there, peaceful, wrathful, and so forth, And then after that, if not recognized, if not realized, and then its next stage, the third stages of this reality, dharmata. The third stages, we can say union, the aspect of union will be dissolving into the wisdom, primordial wisdom. This wisdom is primordial wisdom because nature wisdom, So the wisdom, because now the luminosity, the union appearances before the coarse level is in the intermediate state of reality, is this union deity, peaceful and wrathful. That is most of just clear and very coarse level, because the union, the power of the union, emptiness, wisdom, and appearances, luminosity appears, they're displaying. So we haven't recognized. So therefore, anyway, passing to this, and then again will be dissolving into the subtle way. So the union will be dissolved into the wisdom, only the aspect of wisdom. So the primordial wisdom we can division into, there's 5 different aspects from Tantra teachings, and particularly Guru Perfection Dzogpa Chenpo, which is wisdom of Dharma Dhatu, mirror-like wisdom, wisdom of equanimity, wisdom of discriminative wisdom, or wisdom of discrimination, and wisdom of accomplishment wisdom. So this is the 5 wisdom, 5 different kind of aspect, and one nature of your wisdom mind, your nature mind. That is your nature, nature of the wisdom, truth body. But it appears the function different aspect, the 5 different aspect functions. So that's why we say 5 wisdom, 5 different aspect only. So actually, or maybe the 100 deities, maybe I a little bit want to say, no, I remember something I need to tell necessarily. So these all the deities I mentioned before, the peaceful and wrathful deities, does not mean actually something is with the head, eyes, arms, and holding weapons, or something in the various firing and the fire, or something like that. That is all is just displaying body nature power, the emptiness and the luminosity, but does not mean something is there truly existent like that kind, so the form inside of your heart or inside of your body. That is totally not true. Inherently, no, that's not true. Okay. But is that then? What is that truth? That truth is the impure ordinary people's wrong perception and transparent appearances. The pure of or extraordinary perceptions appear there. It's naturally. That is why, for example, impure ordinary people's 5 aggregates and transparent into pure appearances of extraordinary perceptions, 5 Buddha, for example, and impure ordinary people's perceiving of the 5 element object and transparent into pure appearances are the 5 consort, for example, 5 Buddha families consort, That's, and then impure ordinary peoples of 8 consciousness is transparent into pure appearances, extraordinaries, the pure 8 perception of the 8 Bodhisattvas, the male Bodhisattvas. And the impure appearances, object of the 8 different kind of impure appearances, ordinary people's object, transferring into pure appearances of extraordinaries. 8 object is as female, and the Bodhisattvas, 8 different kind, 8 Bodhisattvas, and they're totally 16, for example. And impure ordinary people's emotion is the different kind of 28 or something, and like this is transformed into is the 28 of the yoginis, or so forth. Everything, something is really depend to the impure ordinary people's object and transferring into its pure appearances as extraordinary, the pure. That is, we say, pure land. unpure land of samsara. Pure land is nirvana. So this all does not mean something existent separately, but it appears pure or appears unpure. That is only disappearing different way. So the 100 deities means, So that is why, according to the highest Tantra teaching, Dzogpa Shinpo, where we can say all bodies. Actually, the nature of our body is the mandala of a deity. That is natures. But we yet not realization our nature mandala, then that is not really mandala of deity, of course. That you can see the contaminated aggregates of usually. But when you will be realization true nature of yourself, everything's, and then that is pure. Everything's pure. Nature is primarily pure. So that is mandala, of deity. So in this way now, why I'm talking about this again, because from the wisdom now, that they reminded me. So the wisdom also, the 5 wisdoms also same, likewise. Unpure ordinary people's consciousness, 5 different kind of aspect of consciousness, and transferring into pure appearances of extraordinaries wisdom mind. That's 5 aspect, for example. The impure ordinary peoples, the base of all, the ground, we say all ground, or base of all, the alaya. Sanskrit language, we say alaya, and Tibetan word, we say kunshi. And that's translation into, yes, excuse me, into English, literally, we say base of all, or all ground. So the all ground, or the base of all. So these unpure ordinary peoples, the base of all, transferring into pure appearances, extraordinaries, the wisdom of Dharma Dhatu, the wisdom of Dharma Dhatu, wisdom. And actually in blue, just the blue color is the energy of the blue color can be the representation of the Dharma wisdom of Dharma Dhatu wisdom. Actually, in blue color appears something, the energies in blue color and sky blue color, blue sky color, and then that's the Dharma wisdom. And then is base of all consciousness. This different, base of all and base of all consciousness. So different aspect, but one nature, this both, of course, but it's a different aspect, little different aspect, the function. So they are base of all consciousness, ordinary peoples impure, transferring into pure appearances of extraordinary in that moment is the wisdom of mirror-like wisdom. And in white color are racing there, mirror-like wisdom. Then is the unpure appearances of ordinary, the afflictive emotion consciousness, transferring into the pure appearances of extraordinary wisdom mind. It is at the wisdom of equanimity wisdom, in yellow color, appears in yellow color. And then the ordinary unpure perception, the mental consciousness, and transferring into pure appearances of extraordinary wisdom is at the we say the wisdom of discrimination. So discrimination wisdom, discrimination wisdom in red color, So this is the 4 wisdoms, and then on top is the last one. The ordinary is unpure 5 sense source consciousness, transferring into pure appearances of extraordinaries wisdom of describe the what's it the sorry accomplishment. Thank you. So accomplishment wisdom in green color. So that's the fifth one. So totally there's 5 wisdoms. So we now talking the dissolution state. The union will be, the aspect of union will be dissolving into the wisdom. Then what is the wisdom? So we now is description about this part of the wisdom. As there's 5 different aspects. But here is exceptions. During moments, at that moment, dissolution stage, you or the dying person can experience things only the first 4 wisdoms, but not the last one. That means is first the arising appearances on the mind, because the perception, the pure perceptions, something is appearances, everything's are like blue sky, blue sky. That is the the blue sky. That is the representing. I mentioned before the wisdom of Dharma Dhatu, wisdom. So it's just blue sky like appears, the field, sky blue color field. Not only alone this itself of blue sky color, but on this field appearances the spontaneously another 5 the sphere light, 5 color means is the 5 wisdoms gather. There's 5 pond different kind of the wisdom, 5 hips, maybe we say hips or the pond, the wisdoms, because the main of this wisdom is the dharmata. So as the blue is the foundation, the blue color is just the blue space like, and the blue field like, and on there is the ornamented beda of this another the 5 colors, the 5 spherelet or tiglia or bindus around there. This is the first wisdom. The feel is arising from point of your heart. Your heart, you have no body, but you feel is naturally is arising. These colors from your heart, something like you feel, nature feeling. And then on top is further spontaneously arising. The next stage is the wet sphere, the wet field appears. Everything's on top of this, the field, further continuously. And the second fold is the wet field, wet and color, field. And there also is on there's ornamented by the another 5, the multicolors or so forth. That is the mirror-like wisdom. The symbolizations appears there, symbolic sign appears there. And then is the third, on top of there is the third field, is the yellow, field. And then also they are also ornamented, and the other 5, the circle, the spherelet or the colors, so forth. That is the mirror-like, the equanimity, the wisdom of equanimity. And then the last one, the 4th field is in red field, red color. It's the field, red space, like, appears. The on top of this, the field further continuously. Everything's you feel, nature feeling is arising from point of your center or point of your heart or something arising. And then also this also the surroundings of the ornamented, the other colors of the circle on the, but only these 4 fold, but not the last one. There's cannot appear the green one, cannot appear the accomplishment, wisdom, and the moments. And the Buddha's text that says during this dissolution stage of death, the Bardo or reality. The reason why, because this moment is yet not yet you are enlightenment of Buddhahood of this Buddha field, because that is a nature vision, nature automatically as naturally, because your mind is completely naked or completely at the moment is like as free from any kind of distraction mind or of the obscurations. It's just as the luminosity is the union dissolving into the empty nature. So disciplining, but this wisdom mind, appears there, but not you are really actual enlightenment mind, yet not. So when you will be really, when you realization true nature, that is, you will be realization by your primary wisdom mind, that is nature. First you recognize, and then is you remaining in there, and never return of the back, the dualistic graspings on, and then you will be experiencing the last one. Last one means the fifth wisdom, and the fifth color, the green. And you will be experienced. The green is actually represented, sometimes we say multicolor. The fifth one is not only green, but green is the representation of a multicolor sometimes. In the Tantra, some special secret text is green means can be multicolor, actually same the energy point. You say, so means is everything's including the activities, different aspect, the first four or so on, or all the peaceful, wrathful activities, everything's including of this wisdom, the last one, accomplishment wisdom. So therefore, the green is representing signs of the multicolor. Multicolor means the various activities, different kind, peaceful, wrathful, or something, the powerful, and the increasing activities, so forth. So it's green, we say, but the accomplishment. But as long as you haven't yet achievement state of these kind of stages, the final, then cannot experiencing about this wisdom. So only four appears there. 4 stages, fourfold, during the death, that moment, means during this part of Dharmata. But anyway, if you can recognize which of the fold first you recognize, you will be enlightenment Buddha Sambhogakaya of that family. Blue or yellow or the red or the white, so forth, extra. So the chance you will be realization, your true mind, the aspect of maybe mirror-like wisdom, or you will be realization true nature, aspect of the equanimity, the wisdom, or so on, so forth. That is the head of your these 5 wisdoms. When you become an attainment of these recognitions, which of that, but of course same the 5 together, but as main point energy is more, that is the head or the root. And then next stage, the last dissolution stage of this dharmata, if not recognized, then the wisdom, we can say wisdom will be dissolving, the primordial wisdom, aspect of primordial wisdom will be dissolving into the spontaneous arising. That's the fourth dissolution stage of this dharmata, Bardo, the dharmata Bardo, spontaneous princess. So spontaneously princess of, here we say, dissolving into the spontaneous arising. Now, what is the object of spontaneous arising? The questions, It's both pure appearances, nirvana, mentioned before, the peaceful, wrathful, the Buddhas of the enjoyment field, and unexcelled Buddha field, the Ogman. So all that the peaceful and wrathful, the Pure Land, all is appears. Your nature feeling is appears in the above of the sky. Above in front of you in the space, you feel nature feeling. And then is the below, the level of the below, the lower part of the in front of you is used, will be the appears, the spontaneously arising of the unpure of ordinary perception of samsara, the 6 realms. Just you feel nature. That's all is your nature feeling. That's why we say spontaneous arising. Co-emergently arising, innately arising there, something. That is not including of compounded phenomena. Looks is changing many things, but that is uncompounded phenomena actually. Because that isn't the discipline, but your nature. Just that is the nature of the luminosity mind displaying different kind of appears aspect there. So that is not including of the conventional truth. That is not including of compounded phenomena ordinaries. That is why we say dharmata, the aspect dharmata Bardo is a reality, the absolute reality, So, but it appears there's 2 different aspects, pure and impure, Pure Land and samsara. But all is, that is whole is just your mind. dream, like dreaming. In the dream, you can dreaming very pleasant and very unpleasant object. But both are, no matter is pleasant or unpleasant, but actually this is playing better your mind only. Only your mind only, because dream, that is, there are no difference separately, not existent anymore than of your mind. The object, subject, active itself of the dream is as only your mind. But still you can feel is there's very different. The pleasant object and unpleasant object is different than your subject, than of your perceiver in the dream. As long as you couldn't recognize dream as dream, then it's very different. Everything what appears, various differences are existent separately from your heart. That's your vision, your illusion mind, your mistake, your misunderstanding. But when you understand, when you will be realization, dream as dream, and then there's no make different sense. Everything's good or bad appears but same, equally. Similarly, but that's dream is just, I mentioned you before, the part of a dream, that terms a little improbably I told you, that is we said the illused experiences, illused. But here is we talking is the reality that is not illused, that is spontaneously experienced. It's different, very. But it's something we can analogize each other, can understanding appears everything together, but that is displaying better of your nature, luminosity mind, or the empty from empty nature, the Buddha nature, the last. So spontaneity appears there. So therefore, the last chance, that is the last chance to realizing the nature of your mind appearances, or pure or impure, no matter the spontaneous arising. If you can recognize at the last moment, that is only your mind. If you realizing that is the spontaneous and disappearing by the empty wisdom mind only, and then you will be enlightenment of the Buddha enjoyment body. That's the last chance in this Bardo, So now this Bardo, the experiencing of the Bardo reality, we're talking is there's so many, so many stages. And still, if we can more detail, of course, so many different aspects. But this can arising, can appears, can experience things like this step and step very slowly, clearly, or not. It depends of the young person's system, different system. Means is different, dependent to the he or her karmic connections, good or bad, Depend he or her past time, the past life means is that during the life have opportunity, chance to connect it to this kind of practice, visualizations, meditations, recognitions, had opportunity introduction to this kind of the best clear light, better masters, or not. For example, somebody, if you had empowerment opportunity to receiving empowerment of like hearing liberation, Bardo tutor, or something is a great Zopa Chembo empowerment, or something like Omaha Yoga, something very like this kind, traditions, the empowerment. And then on top is you had also opportunity to introduction to recognize about this better your master directly. And on top of this, you yourself already you had experiencing generality, you did the practice, meditations, very familiar. That's very, very familiar for you during the path of your particular light, the living time. And then on top, if you have the pure vows, pure samaya vows, you haven't problem any of the part of the samaya vows. Even is something else, but as you had already reconciled or restored about these problems. So it's pure, not totally. This person, as you have chance more clear, appears the part of reality, the object of part of reality, and more coarse appearances, more coarse and more slow and more long chance. Even one part of this dissolution stage, you have long time to chance to recognize. Because more stable, more clear, more slow to the dissolution stage to change, more slow. So That is why these practitioners, especially these Bardo tutor practitioners, have more chance to liberation. Even if you couldn't liberate to the Dharmakaya during the death, but you have second chances of this during the Bardo of reality. That times you have chance, so many chance to liberation of Sambhogakaya in these practitioners. But then the contrary about this person, which means is you haven't any empowerment of this kind, and you have no idea what is a deity of peaceful, wrathful, what kind like, and you have no faith, you have no devotion like that kind of the deities or this kind, you have no trust, you have doubt. For example, it is how can possible like this peaceful, wrathful coming like that appears there's naturally, why, how, so many, but even you have no chance to hearing about these kind of situations was, haven't, therefore you didn't any practice, have no chance introductions to about that, and you have no any karmic connections to realization about this, and then that person, even that is because reality, dharmata Bardo, spontaneous, the presence, so therefore can appear, but this can appear means can arising means is very fast, very short. Like sometimes the most of the fast is can be the fast passing in the very quick. It's like say shooting star like. All these the four stages I mentioned before: sense, space element, the aspect of space dissolve into the clear light. Until now we're talking the spontaneous arising between there with so many difference. But this all you have chance only experiencing just one snapping finger like as a fast, like shooting star like, arrow shooting like. So it's therefore you have no chance to recognize there's what is the color, which different color, which different deities. You cannot experiencing any difference. Only one shooting star like, or one lightning in the midnight, something very thunderbolt lightning like just moments and disappear. So therefore that is why in the common teaching terms they're never talking about the reality, dharmata teaching, the Bardo. Even they're talking many times the three Bardos: Bardo of death, Bardo of birth, and Bardo of existent. But they doesn't explain about this. They never comes they're talking about this reality because they omit it always in the common teaching terms. Of course, sutra. But even in the tantra, is a common tantra or subsequent tantra, they doesn't talk about this. They always omit it because no makes sense. There's a different, the connections different. But only this kind of talking is the reality determines coming from highest tantra, particularly great perfection, Dzogpa Chenpo teaching, the hearing liberation, Bardo tutor or Guru Rinpoches of this text, they're coming more details, from that. Okay. So because it's like shooting star like, then no makes sense. Normally, if I have no capabilities, same like this quality, and have no karmic connections to these kind of traditions, this kind of empowerment, this kind of generation stage, and this kind of compilation stage, I have no chance to practice the capacity, I have no capacities. This person, then how makes sense to talk this, So it doesn't work. So that is why they omit it, usually. But we are talking 6 Bardos, according to the highest level tantra. So in this case, I'm also just a little bit improbably introduced to you description about this Bardo reality. So therefore, that's also lucky, fortunate. Anyway, there's also some good karma. Just have chance to listening in few days about, or few hours about this. This also you should keep your devotion, faith, because the sign you have some karmic connections. Without karmic connections, I think you have no chance to even hearing about this few words, So therefore, keep your faith, devotions, and look, tankas, photos, pictures of these peaceful and wrathful deities, some, the mandalas or so forth, because then, if you have good karma, even you are not very much the meditators about this country, but still it can be sometimes in the part of reality, you have chance to clear appears there. And not only appears, maybe you have opportunity chance will be realization. That is the deity of nature mind. So for example, one mother in Tibet, was the history. She cannot read even the alphabet, So, but her son she want to become her son as monk. So it's the sense small child and the son is that learning the Bardo tutor, the hearing liberation, this sadhana, and the repeating again and again, particularly these stages of the Bardo reality, because on that Bardo tutor there everything's very clearly, is the each deity is very clear, and what looks like and what wearing, what ornament, what the emblems, the holding in the hand, also everything's very clearly in there. Because of the meditation stages of this Bardo tutor, the one part Gomkok, we say Gomkok, is the main point of the meditation stages of the one part of the section. So it's the child, the son, he is repeating again and again, but he is not good memory, so it's many times repeating. But mother, she can't read even alphabet, but she can memory, because the son is repeating again loudly, always the repeating, and then the mother, he also can, as a memory this, So that means the mother passed away, when the mother died, and in the part of the reality, because mother have faith very much, even she can't read, but she have faith very much to the Buddhism, Tantra, and the hearing liberation, so forth. That's why she want to her son is become monk of this country learning, So only faith, and she here was this, So then she understand, of course, some lamas normally teaching says that this the Bardo is appears this all is all nature mind. If you recognize, you will be liberation. If you fear, if panic, you see different object, and then you are illusorily and then falling to the other realms, so forth. She knows generally. Anyway, in that moment, she feel in the part of her state reality appears so many different peaceful wrathfuls, but there's one special one deity. This is written in the 28, the wrathful, the female yogini. As the one is the human head. There's the 28, the human head, the yogin, the female, the yogini of the wrathful. The different, not the human head, the animal head. So the animal, the bird, one bird is say push it. In Tibetan word push it, but I don't know English. As one. So this is maybe it's patient, maybe patient or maybe different push it. Anyway, so the head, one bird, like like the patient, like something this head in the text, because text says push it jingojin dajin gamba. So this son, he repeating this many times because deep core memory here again and again. Over. So mother this hair many times, very strong stick in the heart, this memory. So when appears exactly this means is this bird head, this deity bird with bird head, and holding the bow and the arrow. So exactly when this appears there, then mother can wake up, means is the recognize, realized, oh, that is a deity, because her son is repeating 100 times, So just no affair, but it's just faith, devotion suddenly appears. Oh, I'm lucky. I'm not on the reality, my nature. That's nature deity. But these moments, second minutes, moments of the faith, as it will be liberated. Mother is liberated on this Sambhogakaya body. So, but now maybe you question, who knows this? Don't ask me. Okay? so that's many ways. So of course, the omniscience man, the Buddhas or sculpture masters, the clairvoyants, so many of historicals, even herself reincarnated into the benefit beings. I can explain everything, how it was liberated. So many ways, but sure you want to ask, but don't ask. So anyway, so therefore I'm saying, it's just we have few hours listening about this, keep with the faith and less doubt, okay? Not much doubt. It's possibilities. Everything's possible because everything is nature, is primordial pure wisdom. At the essence is luminosity. But this unity of luminosity and emptiness can display in everything's hell realm and is Buddha's Pure Land, both. Can realization, can performing Buddha's Pure Land, cannot realization, and mistaking mind can perform in the hell realm also both. So everything. But we let it be these descriptions to the form highest tantra. So that's why a little bit, different speak is coming. But anyway. So, anyway, there's the Bardo, the herring, the intermediate, the Bardo, the Dharmata Bardo of the spontaneous presence. And then what happened at the end, the spontaneous arising, if you not recognize, and then it's the disappear. Even appears. We're talking, slowly we're talking the step and step. But the shooting star, then of course, have no chance to, there's difference, cannot distinguish difference, any the sense begin and tend, like shooting star. But if even step slowly appears there, but still you need to depend to recognize or not. But anyway, then after what happened is it will be dissolved. Will be dissolving. This spontaneous arising, the phenomena will be dissolving into the where, to the your nature mind. Because this disapplying or appearances from energy of your luminosity and the wisdom mind, only. So therefore, Dzogchen teaching terms we say outer clarity and inner clarity. So these appearances all is outer clarity, different aspect, functions, appearances, better displaying of the outer clarity. So now the outer clarity will be dissolving into the inner clarity, like pure crystal. The pure crystal, the stone, the glass, the crystal. So the crystal, the pure crystal, when they put in the red place, means maybe in there of the something of the sun or some lamp or something light and some colors. Then is many colors. It's multicolor. Appears filled your house around, and if you when hanging in the sun, the crystal, and then is your room is everywhere. It's very like rainbow light. Many different the spheres appears there. So this is like example the outer clarity. It's like that, because this rainbow color is on your room is around the four directions. It's displaying actually is by the crystal. The crystal and the shining the radiant of the sun onto the pure crystal, and by this interdependently is performed of the many different light, the sphere light on your room, for example. But this likewise the outer clarity means. And then this outer clarity, when it will be dissolving inner clarity, means is when the crystal is taken out from the sun, and then is all the color is gone. Where? That not means separated from this crystal, but just inside. The energy, the power is inside still. The crystal, their color, every is the techniques of these colors is still is there. The power is there. Power is there, but you can't see. Just one glass, like the pure glass, or the stone, the crystals, but you can't see any colors there without any colors, totally. But still is there. Power is there inside. That is inner clarity. The outer clarity will be dissolved into the inner. So then Dzogpa Chenpo teaching them sometimes if it's Jona Pumku. It's like the youthful body in the vase, or vase youthful deity, maybe we can say. If one light, candle light, if you put inside the vase, even darkness you can't see any. But inside of the vase is a very clear light, completely is free the obstacles of the darkness, have no any darkness inside of the vase. But from outside you can't see any. So that's like the examples. So everything's the pure, unpure, any perceptions, appearances are displaying by the outer clarity. So outer clarity naturally appears by this reality, dissolution stage, because many obscurations I mentioned before dissolved into like more than 80. The coarse level obscuration of the perceptions or the concept was dissolved into the of a subtle. So therefore the best of all. So have no any obscurations is naked appears your nature mind. That is But in the end, you couldn't recognize, so have no chance to remaining continuously. Then it will be dissolved into the of nature itself. Self-awareness dissolved into the inner clear light. So disappear. That means it's the part of this is exhaustion completely. The part of dharmata or the spontaneous appearances are dissolved into the nature, your mind. So that means is now start appears arising the reverse order way. The process of dissolution stage transferring into now is the reverse order way, or the anti-clock way, we can say, because if we were talking the dissolution stage, the process dissolution stage is a clock way, and now is anti-clock way. The order way dissolution stage, if you're talking, and then is the reverse order way is to let it grow up from the subtle mind, the nature mind, change, And this way, now, same I mentioned before, very beginning, says the inner sign, clarity, change into the bliss, enjoyment, mind is perceptions, dissolve into the non-thought, non-conceptual, and then is fainting, and then after later the fainting means is a non-thought completely, and then appearance as best clear light I mentioned yesterday. So in that moment also, when the spontaneous arising will be dissolved into the internal naturality, and then appears means that moment is a darkness feeling. Darkness means fainting again, same like fainting, at the moments. So when you start let it be to grow up from the fainting, means is then arising at the reddish, the reddishness color or something you feel was, means is the non-conceptual feeling, and then arising of the blissness feeling, enjoyment feeling, and then arising more grow up and clarity feeling, because now is the opposite way, the reverse order way arising. So that means is now when just immediately when the exhaustion of the Bardo of Dharmata, at the same time, at the moment you will be exitant, you will be entered into the Bardo of exitant, the last Bardo, the sixth Bardo, the karmic Bardo of with the eluded, karmic Bardo of eluded. Or was maybe I used eluded, but this is the dream is not eluded. Dream is what we say. The dream was dream what? Trunang legi Bardo. So here is the eluded actually, the eluded, the karmic Bardo of eluded. So the illusion mind appears anyway, because now it's only karmic energies change your feeling. Before the Bardo reality is not karmic, that's the reality. So they're very different, many things are different. During the dissolution of death, that time is only the I mentioned before is disrupted the elements. So each they have different reason. What is the appearances is is a difference, is a different reason. So now we're talking is the better karma. Only the reason is the illusion mind. Illusorily you have experienced in the part of exitant difference, but as the better main point is the aspect of the imprint of karma. So therefore it's eluded, the karmic part of the eluded perceptions appears there. The becoming, we say, the karmic part of the becoming, maybe. So now in this way, again we go back talking about the best clear light. Now you forgot. Don't thinking about the Bardo Dharmata. We also omit completely. I briefly introduced to you part of this because we're talking 6 Bardos, but now you forgot the 5th one. Because we go back again. Because it was on Tuktam we're talking, right? So because this Bardo, if you ask where exactly the consciousness drink the Bardo of Dharmata, because that is the reality, the experiencing of the reality of your mind. So your reality mind is beyond to the place, beyond of the time even, not including to the of time, present, past and future, not including to the place of that and there, something, the solitude, this beyond of the object of solitude place. So therefore, as a description in the Tantra, even you carefully check, you have let it be confusing. Sometimes it looks like the part of realities appears during the consciousness inside of body, stare like. Sometimes you can see, the part of the reality is appearances is during when they separated consciousness from your body, but it's actually both. Is our ordinary people's perception, So it's beyond the time and beyond of place, because that's reality. Reality is not including to our perception. The really experiencing the pure perceptions, not including to the of three terms. So this is the fourth term. Actually, Zopa Shenpo we say, it's kataktitu. Actually, so this very pure term, But so therefore, that is not contradictory. If you can see some of the explanations, this Bardo Dharmata is including of the like inside of your body, or including to the outside of your body. But anyway, that is not contradictory, because if you understand the reality, then descriptions, the aspect is including both. It's not contradictory. So now, anyway, forgot about this. So now we're going continuously the normal way, the common way. So common way now is what our consciousness was the best clear light on Tuktam. That means is that moment your consciousness still remaining in the center of your heart. So, and then when the darkness, because best clear light is disappear, and then is again from the darkness or the non-thought as a reverse order arising, let it be grow up. That means is spontaneously separated your consciousness from your physical body. Okay. So that means is the last part of intermediate state of existent now will be performing. The Bardo of existent, how you recognize the durations. The durations could be is just some quick is 1 minute. Some is if long. The longer one can be 49 days. The durations one's lifetime of the intermediate state Bardo beings can be is 49 days also. Generally, we say, So that means is your consciousness, our consciousness can separation from your body. There are 9 doors. Possibilities comes out from 9 doors. Comes out from your body in 9 doors. So these 9 doors, the upper part of your body and another doors and the lower part of your body, of the 9. The upper part, your consciousness sometimes comes out from your eyes, through your nostrils, through the ears, through of your mouth comes out. There's 4 doors. And then on top is sometimes consciousness comes out from the forehead, the emperor, point of. And that is the 5th door. And the 6th door is your consciousness comes out sometimes from the crown, the 4 fingers, the higher place from forehead and the crown comes out. This is the 6 doors from your upper part, and the other 3 is the lower part of your body. The 7th door, consciousness sometimes leaves out from through the navel level, the point of navel, and comes out of the lower two holes, the urinary, the holes, or so forth, the lower 2. So this is the normal, is 9 doors, we can say. That is the door of samsara. Actually, if your consciousness comes out of upper part of, then it's sometimes generally we can say can be born in the higher realm, next rebirth. If unfortunately your consciousness separation from lower part of your body, and then is falling in the unfortunate 3 low realms, hell, hungry ghost, animal realms. Generally we can say, but not always 100% is necessarily to the comes also these 9 doors only, because sometimes it can be even if it just direct falling in the immediate the second minutes, the next moment is reborn in the bottom of the 8th the hill is a hill, the hell realm, the bottom of the hill, the most of the worst. And then it can be sometimes consciousness separation from the center of feet, for example. But it's generally we can say it's the 9 doors that come, the born, reborn, and samsara comes out from this 9 doors possibilities, comes out from the heart. So in this way, the power practitioners, I mentioned before, transference of consciousness, if you want to liberation from samsara, if you want to reborn in the Buddha's Pure Land, you need to know how to close the 9 doors. Better your meditation, better your energies, better your visualizations, better the symbolic, the emblems, or maybe different kind of aspect emblems or different syllables. Better many ways. This is because you need to separate your practice like power, and then they teach you how to close off the 9 doors, so forth. To close. Only open 1 doors. 10th door, the Brahma hole, the central hole, the center channel. You visualize open only this and close other doors, all block. These I mentioned to you, then maybe it's very beginning, the dissolution stage or death. That times how you transfer your consciousness and brief introduce to you the 3 recognitions, traveler's path and destination funnel. So it's your consciousness recognizes traveler to the Pure Land. And your center channel is only the path. The 9 doors naturally closed, So only open is the destinations of the above of your crown. That is the funnel. Destinations open, the 1 door only. Is the another 9 doors close. Open. That is the method, the techniques, the skillful method how transferring your consciousness upper realm and not upper realm, the Pure Land, for example. So anyway. But normally, generally, we have the better karmic energies pulling us, our consciousness, into of these 9 doors. Each of these, some possibility, 9 doors, upper or lower, separate. Because karmic connections now is separated. Your consciousness cannot remaining on this body continuously because they have no exhausting the karmic connections from this body. Buddha says our consciousness is like the guest. Our body is physical body is like guest house. So now time is on, guest check up, so check out, So therefore, because your karma already is check out for you, so you must leave. You cannot remaining there, this body, exhaust connections. So it's naturally means is that all the previous the dissolution stage, many we talking, this all is the reason why you cannot stay more there, have no power to stay there anymore, a separate better karma. So, just when you awakened from this darkness or the fainting, the feeling, and then it appears there is your mental body. Means is Bardo existent is there, becoming. They are just moments. But difficult to recognize you are intermediate state of existent. Like same the birth, we very difficult to remember our past life, right? Same the Bardo beings very difficult to remember what happened to us. This was he sick, ill, in hospital, and then is it gradually dissolute these stages, and then he experienced this all. So he can't remember nothing any. Like we nothing remember when we born in the mother's womb. Same. The reason, one important thing is because all the coarse level of memory, coarse level of all the perception, the recognition are dissolved into the very, very subtle. I mentioned you the best of all. So therefore, even you fainting, short fainting, when you accident, your car or something accident, then you're fainting in coma, few days in a hospital, then you will be wake up from this in coma, but you can't remember at the moments, right? Oh, what we are wrong? What I'm wrong? What is here? I'm here. Why? They say, oh, sorry, excuse me, but you have happened. What happened? Or you accident? Why? Or you was something or drink or so. Anyway, that's too fast. Anyways, the driving, so you accident. And then you are on the hospital, you were operated or something so on a few days ago. No, it's lucky you are wake up, in coma from. Then slowly, maybe later, 1 hour later, or maybe few days later, they will be remember what happened before, how extent, but not easy, just immediately cannot, because too deep the exhaustion, he or her consciousness, the 5 sense consciousness, and the mental consciousness, conceptual mind dissolve into non-conceptual also is dissolved into the best of all the fainting means, the faint in coma, so therefore they have all the memories, the recognitions dissolved, so therefore not easy to remember everything, even the faint, but that should be recognized easily because it's not separated from body, but still not easy, because that was dissolved into the subtle level mind and long term and remaining in coma. But is Bardo beings is the next rebirth is more difficult to remember, of course. All the passing on this dissolution stage, but not only, but it's totally separated, this consciousness from this physical body. So I have no the conditions of the memory, the nerve systems or the neuron systems, everything the physical, that's the condition of memory, but not the actual cause of memory. But it's the conditions is separated. So I have no enough the power of condition to remember. It's totally new, fresh something appears in the mental body. So can't remember. Same in the dream also. Dream is a good example. Dream is not we are dead, of course, not separated our body, but still is when you're falling sleeping, first 5 sense faculties, the consciousness will be dissolved mental. If not dissolved, you cannot sleep. That means you are weak, still awake. But I'm going to, now it's nearly to approaching sleeping. That means is almost your 5 sense source consciousness doesn't work almost. Means it dissolves into mental. And then you cannot thinking any about past, present, future. If you're thinking still, you have no sleep. That means is a conceptual mind dissolve into the non-conceptual. And then depend, some says, oh, I'm very good at sleep last night. It's one session, whole night, I didn't wake up any. Someone says, I many times wake up. This means is the non-conceptual dissolution stage is not very deep. Easily wake up, very light sleeping, Some is very deep. So this deep sleeping is difficult to memory, to remember. Just wake up from this deep sleeping at the moments, especially at the child, small childish. That time you have everybody experienced. If you go to sleep and your friend just family with your friend and the child together, the morning very wake up, but it's a deep sleep. Child is a very deep sleep, but hard to recognize he is sleeping in there. He is because habit is usually sleep on his with mother. So feel in the moments, my room or my bedroom, my mother, but not true. When they slowly in text a little bit, then he understand he sleep at the other place. This we've already experiencing because child is very deep sleeping, very deep, so can't remember very easily when wake up from this sleep. So, so many. In the dream, also, of course, we can't recognize dream as dream easily. That is also because we lose the function of memory, because deep sleeping, after the deep sleeping coming dream coming after deep sleeping. This all is something logic you can judge why we couldn't remember our past life, But some people can remember. That's the exceptions because the system, different karmic connections, different energies, can. Like some people can recognize dream. Not everybody easy to recognize dream as dream. But some people can recognize dream as dream. This all is the same, the situation, because exceptions, possibilities. But one possibilities does not mean everybody possible. But this means someone recognizes dream as dream, but does not mean everybody should be recognized dream as dream, not. So this is special, So therefore, what I'm talking now, when your mental body is there, and the part of existent, because you have now the physical body, physically already left behind or separated your consciousness there. But still, it's you difficult to recognize. You're hard to realizing you are on the Bardo. You feel still alive because you forget everything. But because you have the mental body there, but you can't recognize that's the mental body. You feel that's true. Same like dream again. In the dream, you have only mental body, right? If you very nastily swimming in the swimming pool in the dream, or you are very hardly burning in the fire. But both actually is illusion, dream. But you feel very much pain in the fire, you feel very much nast in the swimming pool. But illusion, both, not true. But as long as you can recognize that is a dream, then you feel attachment and you feel aversion and anger to the fire. Both. Same. Very similar. The Bardo beings, the vision, the mind is. So therefore they are hard to recognize he or she dead at the moments. So we live here, and then tomorrow we will be to complete all this what happened continuously. So anybody have any questions? Yeah.
Rinpoche, between fainting and then waking up as a Bardo being, how strong is the feeling of still having the physical body? How strong attachment is there still to the physical body?
No, that is the same strong as normal, because each person different qualities. But you can judge this better of logic of your dream. How strong you feel your physical body in the dream. Same. That I just exactly gave you the analogies. That is the point. So you same, because how you suffering, burning in the fire on your body in the dream. So that means you have same like real burn your body. That means you have same strong grasping to your body. The illusion mind, same.
And before the step before, once you see the display of deities at that time, not once you become Bardo being, but in the time when you were fainted.
Well, you're talking about your questions from which Bardo? That is first make, okay? Which Bardo you talking about?
On the fifth Bardo.
No. There's fifth means the Dharmata Bardo.
Mm-hmm.
Then what does he again ask? What are your questions?
My question is that during the Dharmata Bardo, how strongly do you feel the body still? Do you feel the body at all?
What I was says, that's beyond
That's
place, beyond time even.
Yes.
If you feel your body is there, that is not reality. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is beyond of ordinary people's perception. That is why we say spontaneous princess.
Yes.
The Dharmata, Bardo of Dharmata Bardo of the spontaneous appearances, the presence. If you feel there something is your body is there, that is not spontaneous princess. That is your normal compounded, including in the part of compounded phenomena. So that's not reality. So that's very different. So that is I'm told you forgot completely about this, right? So
the Pure Land, is it also still mind?
Sorry?
The Pure Land, is it also still mind?
Oh yes, but this is not ordinary mind.
Yeah, it's the ultimate.
That's an extraordinary pure perception mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So therefore, the Pure Land is also not truly existent. That is finally, means.
Yeah. Okay.
Like pure dream. Because we are normally 90% is bad dream, than suffering. So we need at the moment is change bad dream into the good dream. So, but even good dream, that is not true actually. Straight dream, exactly. So therefore, we are training cyclic samsara is the dualistic grasping the illusion mind. We are suffering conventionally. So therefore, the method step and step lead into first change unpure perception into the pure. But when you reach in the pure perception, that also is just disciplining better nature mind. So we need to finally to realization true nature, But the still that's a method and moments, temporary, So yes, it's Pure Land. Pure Land have many levels also, Depend what is the level of your teaching. So Pure Land is even on this world was as Tibetan is Pure Land. So compare is it maybe possible some others, but this is very, very impure, and so but it's very long. Some Western also to find this Pure Land, the history, cross to Himalaya mountain to find the Pure Land was.
Question, you have talked about the Pure Land of Amitabha. What's the name of this Pure Land?
Oh, there's Amitabha Pure Land.
Ah,
That's the name. That Devachin.
Devachan.
Yes, the grateful Pure Land or something like this. Devachin, yes, the bliss Pure Land, great bliss Pure Land or something, great blissful Pure Land. All right, so going to dedication. Tamche Sibani Tomni Nibi Dana Panche Jirga Nanche Bardo Trubai Sabin Sole Droyan Dorwashu Da tu so derwa ye geza chenye samba ma jure semje thamche la sanje thobi jurgo anjam Chetar Anchimba no Kundo Sambo Teo Devje Teda Konye Jisa Daro Gewa Dina Kamche Ramde Tu so Shambe Yarwa Tamche Gi Oa Kanla Anchode Angamba Dake Geve Sawa Digo Jaya Zambo Shasha Ramda Kunza Dorje Chanje Manche Ni Trenche Lama Yanche Drove Tunde Mono Kanta Yampa Teda Daje Andre Pasho Shewa Kundo Yanda Dharme Chunye Apela Lomsho Sando Dorje Anchanga Yakompa Anyato Shio